I was studying journalism at university, and I decided to take one photography course, and it was beyond anything that I expected. I realized that you could actually make a career out of photography. You could tell stories with pictures. It was more than just pictures that you take on vacation with the family. So for me, I was really enlightened by that course, and I decided this is what I wanted to do. I continued to do more courses at my university, and then after that I did some fellowship right after graduation, and then I became a newspaper photographer. That was in the States. So I worked for 2 newspapers, and then I decided I wanted to become a freelancer and pursue my own work and my own vision. And so that's what I did, and I've basically been doing that since 2006. My work started out as being reportage, more photography, as in pure photojournalism photography, because I was working for newspapers. And then when I became freelancer, I want to say that I sort of delved a bit away from that, and I became more between the genre of fine art and documentary. Most of the projects that I pursue are something, there has to be a personal element that I can sort of get in touch with within the work that I'm doing. So for example, with the work about the farmers, I mean, my own grandfather was a farmer, so it was very interesting for me to imagine if my own grandfather was in this situation, if he would take his own life. So I kind of related to it that way, and that's why I decided to pursue it. I was really curious in the beginning, very, very curious, just to understand the level of desperation that these people were under to take their own lives, because it's such a harsh thing to do. And I know that for the Hindu culture as well, suicide is something that's frowned upon. So for these people to be doing that, they were undergoing something really, really desperate. They only saw killing themselves as the only way out. The thing that touched me the most, and that really was difficult, is that they expected me, or they really wanted me to do something to help them. And obviously, I never said that I was going to help them in any way, but I would like, in some way or another, if this project continues, to maybe create a fund or something so I could help them in a way, just because of the generosity that I saw in terms of them letting me in. It's a combination of digital and film photography. The portraits of the women are all done in film, and the others are all digital, and they're obviously details and macro. The idea of the project for me was to show this really strong bond between the people and the land. It's almost like this love story where, one can't survive without the other, and that's how I saw it from the very beginning, that it's something really, really emotional, and I really wanted to show this bond between the people and the land, and so that's how I came about trying to do these textures in a way that would perhaps elude or blur the line between what's the land and the people. And in the process, I also wanted to focus on women. Because for me, it's something I could just relate to more. So I wanted to focus on the women that were left behind. Film is a new step for me. When I shot with film, I realized what people were talking about when they say digital doesn't even come close. So for me, I'm realizing this fairly, after everybody already knows it. But yeah, for me, it's very interesting, and because my work in general is a bit experimental, I like this element of mystery with the film, that you take the picture, you don't really know the immediate result. It's all about the mystery and the intrigue and the anticipation and the adrenaline. And, I love that. I saw the whole exhibition. I think it's wonderful. I mean, it's extremely diverse in terms of the kind of perspectives and the visions that they've actually included, and also in terms of the scope of it. I thought it would be much smaller, to be honest with you, but I was actually really surprised by the scope of it. It's very impressive.